Hey there, everybody. Bill Jr. back again. This week we wrote a new blog article because we have a lot of people asking us, well, how do I know what's the better shingle? And you know what? If I was a just everyday consumer, whether commercially or residentially, it would be pretty tough for me too. You know, everything now is a lifetime warranty. It just muddies the water and really, it's kind of designed to confuse you. So what we did is put together a list. These are the top 5 things that you can look for as a consumer that will help make the determination or help you understand what makes one shingle better than the other. And when we say better, for the purposes of this, we are defining it as which one's going to last longer. Okay? So what are those 5 factors, right? The first one is the shingle weight. Call us old-fashioned, but the thicker and heavier that shingle is sitting up on your roof, getting beat on by the sun, the snow, the ice, the longer it's going to last. Because roofs, shingle roofs in particular, do wear out. They do have a life expectancy, right? So the more granules that are up there, the more asphalt that's on there, the heavier they are, the longer, right, that is going to take before it wears out. The only thing to be aware of when you do this, folks, is you always want to compare the weights of the shingles by the square, so per 100 square feet, because there are manufacturers out there who make larger shingles that if you were comparing just bundle weights can really distort, what the true weight of that shingle is. So number 1, shingle weight. Thicker, heavier, better, right? Number 2 is, and this kind of ties into it, and this is where that weight can get a little goofy, is what manufacturers call filler. This has been really kind of a new phenomenon over the last 15 to 20 years. What a lot of manufacturers are doing is injecting more of what they call filler, which is a composite of many, many different materials. And the justification is they're able to make the shingles a little bit lighter, which will make them cheaper to be able to ship and get out to your home because they're so darn heavy without sacrificing the life expectancy. In our experience, we just haven't seen this to be true. At the end of the day, the more amount of asphalt and the more amount of granules that are on that shingle, the better it is. So if you're looking at a shingle, you should always ask your roofer, hey, does this shingle have a lot of filler? What does the manufacturer put into this? You want to make sure it's primarily asphalt and granules. If you hear the word filler, that would be something that would start to set up some alarm bells, and I would be looking and steering toward a better shingle where it has a higher concentration of the asphalt and the granules. So number 3, this is a big one, and this has really come to light over the last 10 years. It's the impact resistance rating. It's anywhere from a 1 to a 4, but where it really matters is in an impact rating of 3 or a class 4 impact rating. And what that is it's actually telling you how big of an impact from an object can your shingle sustain without becoming damaged. Now, the way most shingles achieve this is by injecting something called SBS, and it's got a really long, complicated chemical name, but in simple terms, it's rubber, right? They're injecting some rubber into these shingles, which is giving them increased flexibility, along with that impact resistance. The other thing you're going to find is most insurance carriers are forcing people when they replace their roofs to make sure their roof is at least a class 3 impact resistance rating. Now, it's not mandated yet, but they're giving big incentives to homeowners with their premiums when they can certify that it's a class 3 or class 4. Plus, that SBS compound generally holds onto the granules better, which makes them take longer to wear out. Again, better means longer life. So that impact rating, to get a class 4, you have to have SBS. So that's what's driving that. That's what would make that a better shingle than another. 4th one, nail strip. All right, and there's 2 ways to think about the nail strip. And the nail strip is where you actually put the nails into those shingles on your roof. So what makes a shingle better than another? One of 2 things. It's going to be the width or size of that nail strip. Reason is, if you don't put those nails in the nail strip, it's not going to guarantee to keep the shingles down in the event of high winds. And actually, if your shingles were to blow off and it's determined they weren't put in the nail strip, your manufacturer can actually void out your warranty. So it's really important that they're on that nail strip. The other piece is what kind of reinforcement or thickness. Almost all the manufacturers now, as you start to go up in the quality or the tiers of the shingles, are building in some type of reinforcement. Some do it with extra layers of the actual material. Other ones, like if you check out Owens Corning, I know they do this. They put a fabric reinforcement just to reinforce that nail strip, provide you that higher wind rating warranty in the event of a severe storm or your shingles became unsealed. It's giving you that extra protection. So that's definitely a reason that would make it a better shingle. Lastly, number 5, algae. We live in Michigan. We're a pretty humid state. I don't care if you live on Lake St. Clair or Cass Lake or you live right in the middle of Sterling Heights. All the roofs in Metro Detroit are very prone to algae growth. What almost every shingle now has built into it is some type of algae protection. The algae protection has now become kind of commoditized. You'll see manufacturers branding that they have Scotchgard built into their shingles to protect you from the algae. Well, the reality is the algae protection is just copper-coated granules. And the manufacturer who makes all these copper-coated granules, or at least 90% of them, is 3M. So all the manufacturers, whether you're looking at Certainteed or Owens Corning or Ico or pick your manufacturer, they're all getting the granules from the same place, these copper-coated ones, which gives you the protection. It's how many of them or what's the density in that shingle. And the way you know this is based on the warranty they're providing. A lot of manufacturers have somewhere between a 10 to 15 year warranty protection on the algae, but you got to read the fine print. Almost every single one of them starts to prorate the value of that warranty either on day 1 or starting in year 5, and then has a descending value to you as the consumer. There are manufacturers who have the full value for the full 15 years, which means, hey, they know that they've put enough copper granules in that shingle to retard the ability for that algae to grow for 15 years. So even if you're looking at a shingle that has Scotchgard, I would really pay attention to what's the algae protection warranty and is it prorated. So there you have it. You got 5 great tools now that you can reuse to evaluate whatever shingles you're looking at for your home or office. If you want some help with it, we would love to help you. Go ahead, give us a call, 586-566-0308. You can always use our online scheduler, which is right linked in the blog article below. Our team would love to sit down, show you all the differences. We do have a preferred manufacturer, but hey, if you like a different one, we're happy to do it, and we'll break down the pros and cons, really break down what is the better shingle for you, and then we're happy to do it. With that said, as always, I hope you got some value out of this, and I hope you have a Kangerific day.